giving you an opportunity to get the full story from the people who tell it best. This is Mediacom Newsleaders.
And welcome back to our segment. Here we're talking about a new agriculture park that's coming to our area. It contains many different things. You might be surprised what you'll find out there. To talk about it, Billy Polansky is here in the studio. Hi, Billy. Welcome to Newsleaders.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, too. Executive Director for Columbia Center for Urban Agriculture. And we were talking before this taping, and you were saying how many different groups are involved in actually making this happen, this new agriculture park. So who are the groups?
So it is at a city park, so Columbia Parks and Rec is a natural partner there. They have, this is where the park is where the Arc is. So you kind of maybe are familiar with that big grassy field just west of the Arc. So that's a city park, but it really hasn't been used to its fullest extent. So we have this park that's owned by Parks and Rec, the city, us, the Columbia Center for Urban Agriculture. So we're going to be transforming a lot of that space into productive, beautiful gardens where we'll be growing food for the food pantry and doing our educational programs, bringing people out there, getting people connected to food and learning how to grow their own food. There will be the Columbia Farmers Market. Columbia Farmers Market has been at this site since 1980. So you've probably seen them set up in the parking lot out there. And even before the Arc was there, it was the old Boone County Fairgrounds.
That's right. Yeah.
And so the farmers market started there in 1980, and so they're sort of, it's almost like something that they've been waiting for a long time. Is they'll have a building that the market can happen in. So regardless of weather or sideways rain or scorching sun, there will be a nice facility there.
Good for them. I'm sure they're excited about it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the people who shop there are excited too.
Mm-hmm.
And who else?
And then the last partner is Sustainable Farms and Communities. So they're the sister organization to the Columbia Farmers Market. And so they're helping push this forward, and they have some programs which match SNAP dollars at the market. And so just getting more food to low-income families and getting more money into the farmers' pockets.
Wonderful. Well, this is quite an endeavor then, huh?
Yes, it is. We have lots of people in the room, lots of different angles, but I think that's what makes this really special, is that if it were just the farmers market, or if it was just Parks and Rec, or if it was just CCUA, we couldn't do this on our own.
Right.
And so by us coming together, taking this 10 acres of unused space and building this sort of comprehensive park, which people can meet their farmers, or they can see food growing, and they can eventually there's going to be a kitchen. There will be cooking classes. So there will be sort of all of these ways to connect people to their food and connect them to agriculture, and for them to interact with their food growing.
Wonderful. Well, so what's the short story and how this all came together?
Well, so it sort of happened with parks. They were sort of looking at some of their parks, and they were interested in using it for agriculture. We have a really neat parks department. They think outside of the box, and so they were looking at sites. It's really close to a lot of residential neighborhoods and the mall and Shelter Gardens. It's all sort of right there in the middle of town, and so they wanted to do more with it. They felt like its location sort of deserved that, and so they met with us, met with the farmers market, and really started planning for this in 2015. And so this spring, construction crews will be out there building the first phase of the project. So laying some concrete, doing some site work. It's essentially we're gonna have the first part of the farmers market built this year.
And when's your expected due date to have it done?
This fall.
This fall.
Yeah, this fall, the first phase of the project will be done, and that's really going to be a lot for the farmers market. So there will be a space where they can have their winter market on site. So they'll be able to have the market in the same place year round. Yeah. And so we're out there now with some tractors starting to work the soil and get that conditioned, and with the hopes that next year we'll start food production out there at the park.
I love the idea. That is wonderful. We need to have you come back and talk more about this later too.
I'd love
But
to.
go behind the ark and you'll see the big area, open space, and that's where this is all happening. And anything about volunteers you want to say? Or?
Yeah, so we're going to have a number of volunteer opportunities. We're also still fundraising for the project, so we're looking for gifts to help that come along too. We're about halfway to our goal, which is allow us to start the first phase. But if you go to our website, buildthistown.org, you can learn all about ways to get involved. There's some neat videos on the site and photos, and you can learn a lot about the project.
Buildthistown.org.
That's right.
And stay tuned to this channel because we'll be telling you more about it as we go through the year too. Willie Polansky, thank you so much.
Thanks, James.
Good to meet you. Best of luck out there.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back right after this.